how to be mindful and present when you ride to get the most out of your relationship with your horse. The best performance horses in the world are the horses that trust the humans who are on their back. And the reason they trust them is because the humans have the ability to be present in the moment and be very aware the way the horse needs, so the horse feels safe. So today we're going to do a few exercises that are simple for you to do with your horse before you ride and while you ride. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take a deep breath and really let any stress out of your body. Let it go down through your legs and become aware of what your horse might feel like walking. Taking a deep breath and maybe imagining energy coming up through your horse's legs so that you bring your awareness into your body and into your horse's body so that your attention is as much on your horse and its needs as it is on your body and how it feels to your horse. Your inner and outer awareness can be sensing like your horse senses so that you hear the noises that your horse hears. You smell the smells that your horse might smell. You see movement in the distance that your horse might notice. And as you heighten your own awareness to sense, you give your horse safety by taking in that information and letting your horse know that you are aware of all the things that it might be sensing. As you take a deep breath, see if you can feel your horse breathe through your legs and its own abdominal muscles going in and out. If you can't feel it, imagine it. And take your hands and tap the horse's withers so that the horse knows that you're there. There's a lot of nerves in the myofascia over the withers, and so by tapping, your horse relaxes because that's a natural instinct for the horse. He wants to stretch, and let him stretch down and breathe. And imagine a whole line of energy between your body and your horse's body. So you can feel his shoulders, you can feel his hind end, and breathe and stretch. And as you become more mindful and more aware, your horse tunes in. Horses are more in an alpha brainwave state, as most animals are, where humans are in a much faster brainwave state. So if you imagine yourself slowing your brain waves down, being present in the moment, feeling the breeze, feeling the sun, feeling the muscles in your body move with your horse's body, it allows you to tune in. It allows you to be mindful. It allows you to be aware with your horse. And maybe you do some bending exercises. It's very good for the mind and the body to bend in a serpentine area. This is both calming and bringing the awareness to you and your horse together. So 3 or 4 steps to the left, 3 or 4 steps to the right. Much of nature winds, like rivers wind, sine waves wind, brain waves go up and down. Nature does very little straight. And so another calming and mindful technique is to do a serpentine. That's good, Michelle. Imagine that you're flowing like a river so that your own hips and your horse's hips are connected and flowing. Becomes a very natural, energetic movement. You have to elongate the muscle and allow the horse's muscles and back to stretch in order to bring it up and compress. So allow the stretch and the wind. So the mindful techniques and bringing your horse into the present moment and yourself into the present moment is really more about the human becoming responsible and aware of their own breath, becoming aware of the neural connection through the withers and keeping your hands to tap and let your horse know you're there. Keeping the connection through your own seat bones to the horse. Being able to keep your awareness on the way your horse is sensing from hearing and vision and smell. So that you have a heightened sensory the way your horse senses. Okay. Any questions? Does that feel easy and comfortable for you?
Yeah.
Is that something you do already?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, good. So you're doing mindful already. I thought so. Is there something else that you do that helps you tune in?
Well, I usually, I feel the steps.
Mm-hmm.
He always starts out a little bit lazy behind my leg, so I'm trying very hard not to nag him.
Okay, so a way that you can do is instead of nagging, let him stretch. He's asking for a stretch through the back, and use your own seat bones to energize him so that you engage more energy, more of a hot seat through your own seat, and increase your rhythm a little bit to walk so that your hip bones and his hip bones are kind of connected energetically. So you're moving the back more. Horses want to come into our rhythm, and if we're dead weight, then they slow down because it's much easier on a hot day to not move. If we start moving the energy, they want to come into that movement more.
A little dead to that.
He's dead?
Yeah, he doesn't really respond very well as I would like him to.
Mm-hmm. And why do you think that is? Because he's such a willing horse.
I think he's ultimately a little late.
Okay, can relate to that. You can also use the half halt and then hands on the withers and then leg so that he knows that he has to carry himself so he doesn't roll up like a potato bug. So when he starts to slow, half halt, leg, and hands on the withers. So he brings his awareness to the hind end instead of the front end and comes up a little bit, that's it. And then soften after the half halt. And then bring your own energy up through your torso, through your hara, through your... So there you go. So that you can feel the lift coming up through the withers. Sometimes you can think of a wave, and the wave's coming around for the hind end. Just a visualization to feel the power from behind, the lightness in the front. And then a lot of horses like to open their mouths, and we tie them closed, but typically horses open their mouths because they're not comfortable. They learn to keep their mouths shut, but ultimately we want to try to get their mouths comfortable so they don't open their mouths a lot. We want their awareness in the hindbrain, not the forebrain. And that's a different way to train, but the tapping on the withers will help him focus where you are, not on his mouth. It's because this is where their awareness is. To bring his awareness into the hindbrain, use the half halt, tap the withers. You can even use the tap on the shoulder with your stick because you want his awareness listening to your body, not thinking about his front end. There he goes. He's listening now. You feel the difference? Oh. And his eye changes. His eye goes from wanting to think about his mouth to thinking about you. So now he's thinking with you. So this is where if you want to move into a different gait like the trot, you want to breathe in a deep breath, you want to do a half halt to tap on the withers and lift into the trot. So it's an energetic lift into the trot. It's not really moving forward faster, it's coming up into lightness. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful, Michelle. You must do this all the time. And your visualization can be more about thinking about your shoulder to your hip, an energetic line coming down through his shoulder and the other line coming down through your spine through his hip so that you're connected to both the front end and the hind end. So you can control that with your body energy. Nice. He comes up. He listens so well to you. And his mouth is nice and still. He's carrying himself. It's a very hot day, so he's entitled to be a little quiet and lazy. We want him to want to do this. We want it to be fun. So you always want to put your awareness in his body to help him understand what he's feeling. very nice. Very good. And remember to keep the breath going, so if you start to slow down, breathe deeper, breathe in, lift, get energized. If he starts to lean at all, use the half halt and then soften and tap on the withers so he carries himself. And that's very nice. And it's very nice that you talk to him, because even though horses might not understand our words, they understand our voice and the thoughts that are associated with what we say. So talking to your horse is very important. They're emotional and energetic creatures, and the more that we are responsible for their safety and their comfort, the more they want to communicate with us. Very nice. Okay, and if you want to do a downward transition, just think the halt. Don't use your hands, just slow your rhythm. Nice. Okay, why don't you come in for a second? I just want to get some feedback from you. So you ride pretty much this way already, I can tell.
Yeah.
You're very connected. You talk.